reach over. Come on, Wildcat.
But it doesn't cover inevitable expensive breakdowns. That's why I tell my customers, you need Ox Car Care.
Call Ox Car Care now to get protected. And when your vehicle breaks down, simply take it to your mechanic.
Good evening. Welcome to Thursday night. I'm sorry I'm early. I ain't been feeling good. Hello, Yoakum. I haven't been feeling good. I guess that little accident I had off of the porch got the best of me.
I've seen other companies with middlemen giving customers the runaround.
Well,
But Ox Car Care
I washed my car.
and they will be there for
I got up on the roof since I went to Walmart yesterday. Got me, I guess you call it, a gallon of tar, and I had to get on the roof. That's one thing you have to do as a homeowner. You have to do your own repairs unless you got money. So my air vent, you got up on the roof. And I put about maybe 2 inches all the way around it. Seal it up. Then one of my gutters, thanks to leaf filter, which a-holes don't know what they're doing. I do some work around that. And let's get started. The rules are no cussing, no arguing, no sexual harassment, no arguing with anybody. And I don't want to know your age. If you're under 18, don't tell anybody your age. Oh, I forgot to do something. Oh, Lord. Went and picked my medicine up since I got a text. And between, I came off of Brownstown Road on the 31. Hello, cheeseburger. Boy, you're making me hungry. I love cheeseburgers. I ain't had one for a while. Hello, coffee and extra. Well, okay, I forgot that too. I'm in my 70s. And I had 4 heart attacks. I got high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, and back problems. Yeah, that's Alex over there. And I live on a fixed income, around $900, and you got to live on a budget. You know how much money you got coming in from your paycheck or Social Security, and you live on the budget. You know how much your electric bill going to be, your gas bill, things like that. Well, I tell you something about my family. I'm adopted. I was adopted. When I found out about my real dad back in the 70s, everybody in his family died between 60 and 65, either heart attack or stroke. I don't know where the diabetes come from or the arthritis come from.
Chris Austin Chassis Works just called, and we gave him a tall order. I knew it went in,
And,
it's a little bit delayed.
you learn to live on a budget.
Not coming, and it's not their fault. Give us the bad news.
I had no business getting on the ladder, getting on the roof with my gallon.
Something that was sitting in the computer they could punch out. Last year we had 2
Well, that's what I'm doing. I've been walking around. I go outside, feed my kitty cats. I go walk in the back 40.
Part of it, do they have a rear end assembly?
I kind of went down that rabbit trail.
There's one thing about buying this house back 7, 8 years ago. I got a gold mine.
Made as much progress as we can without
Thanks to the stories I've learned on HOA, right-of-ways, stuff like that. Since this is a private road, the property to the west and behind my house, the south, if I don't sign any papers, it's deadlocked. They can't sell it. The old man owns it, probably in his 80s. You know, it's deadlocked because I ain't going to sign no paper. Hello, Samantha. I used to know a girl named Samantha,
Trying to get SEMA, and things happen. Those guys are trying to get SEMA too. So
and she used to babysit my son when he was little. And her mom's name was Gail.
Still ahead all this season on Fast and Loud.
Hello, Knocky Boo Bop Bop blah, blah, blah. But people, I'm learning about Mr. Kurt, Charlie Kurt. I didn't know that much about him. And he was a great guy. And you know, I know there's First Amendment.
Fast and Loud. Next.
I haven't seen Samantha for years. I used to see pictures of her and her kids. And Samantha is a good cook. And she's a good cook because my son, when she babysit him, loved to cook. And she did cook good. And I miss her mom. And because the husband that she had before I guess she divorced him, we was classmates. And all this. And let's get back to what happened today. It's around 2:30 in that time frame. I came off of Brownstown Road to Highway 31 North. Between there and County Line Road, you know, it's way before you get to County Line Road. I noticed this pickup truck behind me. It was a blue Ford pickup truck. And you got double yellow lines. I set my cruise control on 55. And all once I looked out my side mirror, this idiot in that blue Ford pickup truck, I guess he or she was from Scott County. And I happened to look up. There was about 4 cars coming. He almost wiped those cars out and me out. You know, people don't pay attention. Number one, you do not pass on double yellow lines. You don't pass on a hill that you can't see the other cars coming. And I was scared. You know, I wasn't feeling too good then. Because I was having chest pains right before that. That made it worse. When I got home, I reached in my pocket, took my little bottle of nitro pills out. And took me a nitro pill, which the pain went away. But I didn't want to go to the hospital, because you sit there in the hospital for anywhere from 30 minutes for 2 hours. And with my heart hurting, my chest was hurting, but everybody take care of themselves. I love to have me a good-looking girlfriend. I'm trying. The watch hours, YouTube said they let me know when I get to the 3,000 with 500 subscribers. They said they let me know. But before I went live, people, I'm using Prison Live Studio on my cell phone. And in Prison Live Studio, I forget how you do that, but you got your categories: news, comedy. I forgot to set, blog and all that. I forgot to do that. I'm trying my best. My views has went up. Some of them 300 or 400. I had in one video it got up to 700 views. And if you all notice, I don't get that many views on Sundays around 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Preacher Bob Joyce. And I guess people don't believe in God. I've been looking over things on YouTube, but here's another thing I'm letting you on that sometimes I mention. I got a laptop I got in February of 25 from Amazon. 1 gigabyte, and I think it's 17 point something, screen touch and all this. Here's where I messed up with Amazon. I don't want you all to do that. The third party, some third parties are real good, but the computers that Amazon uses is third party from PC Online. PC Online. And you all can go in your search engine, look up PC Online. And then you scroll down to the BBB. And you can see hundreds of complaints on PC Online. But I couldn't get my money back from Amazon because it's been over 30 days. But Amazon knows, people. The PC Online got a bad reputation on computers. That makes me mad. Even HP, it was an HP laptop. HP wouldn't fix it because it's under warranty. But since PC Online modified it without HP permission, I got about a $600 computer that I can't use. I want you people to be worried out there. do your homework. And thanks to the young people from Twitch, TikTok, you all have helped me out a lot. Us old people, we need the younger people help because we're not smart on computers. We're not smart on cell phones or smart TVs or smart electric stove. And that's the problem. You younger people is educating us. And you younger generation that is dating people. I give you a list in case you all decide to get married. You all need to check with the older people, being married 15 to 65 years. See, get advice for them. What makes a good marriage? You know, asking people who have been married over 20 years, up to 60 years or 65 years. One thing they're going to tell you, men, I know you ain't going to like it. Women is always right, no matter if they wrong. You keep peace in the family. You compromise. You help her around the house. You know, don't forget birthdays. Don't forget anniversaries. Listen to each other. You know, don't argue, because when you argue, you're all going to get in trouble. You know, that's good advice. I wish somebody told me that a long time ago. Maybe I've still been married. And will I ever get married again? Right now, no. Because I'm choosy on what I'm looking for in a girlfriend. On the skinny side. Well, God knows what I'm looking for. No alcohol, no smoking, no drugs. You got to have your own car. If you got a job, you use your own car. I can't depend on my car to take any ladies to work, because my car is a 2011 Toyota that got over 230,000 miles on it. It's not going to last too much longer. Like tomorrow, which is Friday, I'm not going to make a road trip to Charlestown. We're going to the JC store in Scottsburg, Indiana, probably around lunchtime. And get some chicken. I'm going to get some more milk. Maybe some pork chops. I like pork chops that got the bones in it. I don't like pork chops without the bones in it. Hi, Demon. Hi from India, people. Wherever you're from, let me know where you're from if you're outside the United States. India is a good place to live. Everybody got problems. We got problems here in the United States. Other countries got problems. But a week tomorrow, had this, what's his name? Caldwell, and he was convicted of murder in 89, 90, killing a Charlestown, Indiana man at the Boy Scout camp in Charlestown. He's nuts. After getting out of prison about 30 years. Okay, Catherine, you have sweet dreams. Do good what you do best. Never give up. Never give up. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Go to college or trade school. If you like to fly helicopters or airplane or want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse, you can go in the armed forces. And they pay for it in case your family can't pay for it. Well, like I tell you, some of you people, I am a Democrat. I don't vote straight Democrat. I knew Trump by watching his TV shows where you're far than the other shows. And he never been a politician before. That's his first time. That's why I voted for him, because he's never been in politics. And everything he said he was going to do the first time, he did it, except one thing, which I ain't going to mention that. And they picked on him. One thing, he does some good, but there's people out there still don't like him. What I don't like he done right now, I don't care what Russia does or Ukraine, but people, you're smarter than me. Hello, Wildcat. Come on. And trying to get the other country stop buying oil. Well, what they said on the local news where I live in Indiana. Yeah, I like Indiana. It could be better if those idiots in Indianapolis would wake up. You know, everything's going up. And to help to cut back on taxes here in Indiana, I know there's some states that got it, medical marijuana. I'm in favor of it. If you get the medical card like Kentucky has now, look how much state and federal tax dollars would come in for it. Look how much. I remember, I forget what state came in first and the second state. They had so much state and federal taxes to come in, they didn't know what to do with it. Well, like every place in the United States, property taxes is going up, but our pay is not going up. By doing that, you know, having medical marijuana and have the medical marijuana card, that'll bring in a whole lot of tax dollars. And because now Indiana, I don't know if any other state has. Any other states here in the United States, let them know, put it in the comment. Indiana came up what they call a will tax. I think it's $35 will tax. And I pay, since my car is over 10 years old, my license plates cost me $10 a year. That would make it $85 a year. But they left it up to each individual counties. There's 92 counties in Indiana. They left it up to each county. If the idiots in Clark County vote on that, I ain't gonna say they get me for terrorized threatening. I like anybody, as long as they come to this country legal. I know a bunch of legals that came here years ago. And as long as, you got to do it legal, not illegal crossing, taking my Social Security away, this and that, which you don't pay taxes. That's what makes me mad. They got drug dealers coming in. They got people on children into the, what's the term, slave trade and this and that. We can speak up, but we get in trouble. As you heard, they've been on TikTok, probably Facebook. I don't have that in Twitter. And I think YouTube about Charlie Kirk. I didn't know who he was, or I didn't pay attention. I learned more about Charlie Kirk since he passed away. Or got murdered. And as you all heard, what's that late night show, Jimmy Kimmel or whatever? I don't know what he said, but he got fired from his show. And there's school teachers and other places that either lost their job or stuff like that. They're not on school property, not on school Facebook page. They're First Amendment rights. We have First Amendment rights here in the United States. Everybody has the right to their opinion. But school teachers, we got problems here in the... Hello, Joanne. That's a good thing to do. That's a good... Hey, Joanne, I tell you, those illegals that comes in, our tax dollars at work, they get credit cards with cash on them. I think now it's up to $15,000. All they have to do is call that 800 number on the back of their card to activate it. They got $15,000 cash. They get a brand new car or a truck. They get free rent or a free house. Where's my free car or truck? Where's my $15,000 free card? I could use $15,000. Put a new roof on my house. Well, make it a little bit bigger, put it that way. I could use a brand new zero turn. People say, why a new one? You go to Facebook Marketplace. People, I'm on a fixed income. Getting a new zero turn, 64, at least 60 inches, 64 inches. It'd be under warranty. It breaks down, the warranty. Everybody wants their free stuff. And that's what I want. I need a new zero turn. I got about an acre of ground. I cut more than an acre of ground. I cut along the driveway. Then I go up there on the county line road and cut next to the guardrail, weed eat on both sides. I do that. I don't have to do that. And, Scott County is a good place to live. Scott County is up the road, is north of me. Very sweet people. I saw a girl yesterday at Walmart in Scottsburg. I want to say hi. I think her name's Amanda, if I got that right. She used to live in Charlestown, this and that. And that's what I like. You treat people polite, they treat you nice. If you a-hole, you're going to be treated like an a-hole. You heard me mention Washington County, Indiana. Washington County, Indiana is Salem, Indiana. That's west of me. Let's see, northwest. And they had an inmate to die in the jail. Most of the time, the state police will investigate a suicide or a murder, probably a murder. I don't know that much about the deputies in Washington County. But instead of them calling the state police in, they call the crooked Clark County Sheriff's Department in. Yes, I did say crooked Clark County Sheriff's Department. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube, type in Jamie Noel, and you see what I'm talking about. The court order this week, Jamie Noel, he's got 15 years in prison. He should have got more than 15 years. He should have got 25 plus years in prison. And he has to pay back over $900,000 to the state of Indiana that he stole from the taxpayers as sheriff. You know, but since he's a convicted felon, he can't carry a gun no more. No matter being a ex-state cop and ex-sheriff, he's not allowed to carry any guns anymore. Hello, 709. Joanne's in there, 709. And like I said, people, I'm sorry I ain't been in here, Wednesday and Tuesday. I just didn't feel good. Hello, Retro Gamer. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Help me get my watch hours. Some people can get their watch hours up and subscribers up within 6 months. When it comes December, that means I've been here 2 years. You all here on YouTube is my YouTube family. We help each other out. We try to give good advice. I got some good moderators. I had a... And you all know Joanne, she had neck surgery, I guess, last month. She hasn't been on here that much. And Sherry, she hasn't been on here. She's been working on her house, cutting trees, having new windows put in, fixing her house up. Plus, since school was out, she was babysitting her grandkids. She'd probably be in here more in the winter time. But moderators is supposed to help you grow and keep everything the way you want your YouTube channel going. That's how come I don't allow any cussing, no sexual harassment, no hate crimes, this and that. You know the rules. I saw her, I think it was last month. She been busy. She been on the sick list. And people, since it's getting winter time, don't forget your flu shots and all this stuff you need to get before winter time. I guarantee you, people, if I couldn't drive, I'd go bananas. It's bad enough when I go walking. You see my outside babies. And they gotta follow me. I keep them in the driveway. I don't want them to get on the main road and get killed. I love animals. I looked out the kitchen window when I was fixing some French fries in the oven. Saw the groundhog. I wish I could get close to a groundhog. But I just tap on the window, they take off. But I like all animals. They're all God's creatures. The only thing I don't like is snakes. I hate snakes. But I do like green snakes. When I grew up, I had all kinds of green snakes. And all at once, I guess it started dying away because of the chemicals, I would think. But since I moved up here in the northern part of Clark County, I have seen some green snakes. Some of them been roadkill. And like I said earlier, I did get up on my roof with that gallon bucket of tar, put around, you got air vents in your house, but whoever put it in didn't know what the heck they was doing. And next year, I see how my patchwork do. Take me some roofing nails and nail some on the front. I didn't know it was up until after I got up, but I wasn't going to slide down my roof, get on the ladder, open my trunk, get the hammer, get about 3 or 4 roofing nails and go back up. At my age of 70, I shouldn't even be on a ladder climbing on my... But people, tomorrow's Friday. I won't be on here Friday because, I take a vacation on Mondays and Fridays. Unless I fall asleep, but I take my medicine. Sometimes I go night early, or the internet goes out, which it's Spectrum Internet, which is Charter, and they own a bunch of them. And everybody has problems with internet. I can use my data. I got unlimited data, but I only use that if I have to. And you people is watching. Where I live, it's a private road. If the neighbor, the old man, the guy owning this house didn't sign the paper, it would have been landlocked. This old man that owns the property to the west and south of him is about 10 to 20 acres. I got a gold mine. if I don't sign the papers after that old man dies, it's landlocked. There's things that I need. You know, I like to have a new pickup truck, a new zero-turn riding lawnmower, and a Kubota tractor with a bucket with a quick connect and a backhoe. There's things that I need. A new roof on my house. There's, you know, that'll help out. Is it legal? Yeah, it is legal if they don't have a right-of-way. Hello, Austin Garrett. Welcome back, my friend. I usually don't get on here until 10 o'clock. But I decided to get on here early because after I get off of here, I'm going to go jump in the bathtub. And that's one thing I want to ask you people. It might be doctors or work for Humana, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, stuff like that. I like to know. I like to have a walk-in bathtub with the jets, the heat, and all this. I know the insurance will pay for it because of my back problems, arthritis problems, and this. I know they have paid for it. But people who works for those, you know, health insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, and all that, what steps do I need to take? You know, I'm told the doctor has to write something. Well, right now it's 7:09. Since they take it out of my account every month, it's $50. I like Verizon self-service. The same thing I got on my cell phone, Verizon wants $80. I can't afford $80 a month. Until I get monetized where I get the money coming in, then I might switch over to Verizon. You know, I like the iPhone. Because I know on the Android phone, you can get apps that clear your data, your cache, this and that. iPhone, you have to pay for it, this and that. You know, on certain apps that iPhone has. I can't afford them, but thanks to you people on YouTube, tell me how to clean my cash out, this and that. God bless you all. Yeah, I'm up to 624 subscribers. That puts me 370 something away from 1,000. My goal is try to get to 1,000 by Christmas, which I don't think I'll make it by Christmas. And the 4,000 watch hours. I've seen people that can make it in 30 to 60 days, or it takes them a couple of years. But if you got good videos, you can make it. My videos, you know, it's not that good. People, I'm 70 plus years old. My CPU don't work that good as you younger people. And 709 there, he's in the province of Canada. I've learned more about Canada by him talking about Canada. Plus, the reason I'm not on here Mondays, on, I don't know, here it's 58.6, but I don't know what TV station it is. They got a TV show that comes on 11 or 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday. They call it Hudson and Rex. It sounds like the train's going northbound. And Rex is a canine German Shepherd. Hudson is a detective in St. John's. St. John is a pretty province of Canada. You know, I'm learning more about Canada. I've learned about Russia. I've learned about India. Well, 709, I had a Samsung Galaxy Halo, I guess is what you call it. The only problems I had with the Samsung, where you plug it in the charger, it wore out. And I didn't like it. And, you know, I like iPhones after you figure it out. I'm still learning about iPhones. And the only thing I don't like about the iPhone is the apps. There are apps you have to pay for. The only thing that's free on iPhone apps is the games. And I love playing games. But there's other apps that I want, but I'm not going to pay for it. And people, you know, Christmas, this is September. Christmas is coming up October, November, in 3 months. It's time to think about Christmas. You people can go to yard sales and find things for your kids, or flea markets, or sale barns. Start buying your Christmas stuff early. Put it away where your kids can't find it. You know, start buying your Christmas presents early. But live on your budget. And right here, I know in Indiana, and I think Kentucky, maybe other places in the United States. And they got what they call Shop with a Cop, which the cops sets up roadblocks to collect money for the kids is not too good or low-income kids. And they buy them, I think, a new jacket and some toys, shoes, gloves, maybe a bicycle, stuff like that, which that does help out at Christmas. So people, if you can afford it in your state, if they got a Shop with a Cop, donate money where the low-income kids can have stuff. Them kids will appreciate it. You know, my son, when he was in school, he was lucky. He was lucky. He was one of the kids that went shopping with the Cop. He got a new bicycle. And one of the rules, it was, I guess, a 20-inch bicycle. And one of the rules, you do not lay your bicycle down. Nobody rides your bicycle. You put the kickstand down. You bring it in the house at night. Don't leave it outside. I think once my son laid it down, so he stayed off of it for a week. He got a little mad at Daddy, but that's the rules that every kid has to learn. You know, summertime's about over, people, but this is thinking of next summer. Plant your garden. Learn how to can your food. can your food and put them in a basement or a root cellar or something like that. Because you all know what you put in the stuff you can. The food you get at the grocery store, you don't know what's in it. You got red, green, yellow, you got all these chemicals in it. And I'm not a doctor or in the field. That's why I think we got cancer. Because all these chemicals, our body can only take so much chemicals before everything breaks down. That's my belief. I'm not in the field for it. And also, don't smoke. It's bad for your health, but I told you other past videos. Indiana raised the sale tax on cigarettes. A carton of cigarettes is $20. Pack of cigarettes is $2. But here's something they did not do, and that's probably the same thing in your all state. The only tax they don't raise, people, is alcohol tax. And why aren't they raising the taxes on alcohol? Alcohol kills you. It makes you sick. It does damage to your body. Why haven't they raised the taxes on alcohol? Maybe the politicians are getting kickback from the alcohol people or getting stock in the alcohol. That's my First Amendment rights, people. You younger people, think about it. They're getting kickbacks. They're getting kickbacks. They're getting kickbacks. I'd like to see them raise the taxes on alcohol. And you people, leave in the comments after I close my video out, in the comments, what do you think of them raising taxes on alcohol? Also, let me know, what do you think of marijuana in the state that bring in state and federal tax dollars? Think about that. I want to know this stuff because that gives me something to talk about. I think taxes on alcohol should be raised. Quit raising property taxes up. License plate taxes. Stop raising taxes up. We poor people on a fixed income or retirement, we can't afford no more taxes. We can't afford no more taxes. We just can afford to buy groceries to eat on as it is now. People back in the 70s, I'm going back to 1970s or before, you take $50 to the grocery store back there then. You either need a pickup truck, an SUV, or a station wagon, or a big trunk to put $50 of groceries in. Today, $50 either be 1 or 2 bags of groceries. That's one I don't like. Everything's going up except our pay. Like, we always get a 3% raise. I like to see that go up to 10 to 20% a year. I know every time we get a pay raise, what we get in a pay raise maybe some of you pay for your health insurance. It goes for that. Or if you make a house payment through USDA or whoever, your house payment goes up. You know. But I like to see every one of us here in the United States on our retirement to get 10 to 20% pay raise every year. That's what I like to see. $709, you're going to live to be 100 years old. You and Joanne both is going to live to be 100 years old. Make you all feel good. Just eat the right food. Make sure you take the right medicine. You know, if you can buy honey, I'm talking about bee honey, not the honey. You know, honey from where you live, take that. You know, have you some good honey, because the bees gets all the stuff from where you all live, and it's better for you. And you people that lives out in the country, that has a farm, drink your goat's milk or cow milk that you got cows. It's better for you. And people, some of you is allergic to soap. Look where you live and see if you can buy goat soap and stuff like that, which you won't be allergic to. It don't have all these chemicals in it like the soap that you buy in the store. You know, it don't have perfume. Joanne, I've been on Social Security disability since I was maybe 40. Let's see. 48, let's see, 88, probably 35 to 40 when I got on Social Security disability. No, let's see. Let me take that back. Let's see, 88. Let's see. I'm probably in my 40s when I got on Social Security and SSI. That's true. You know, you got to eat the right food. You got to get your exercise. You got to walk. You know, you people is sick out there. You take medicine. I know you get paper from the drugstore that talks about your medicine. Any medicine you get, people, look it up on the internet. It goes into more detail and what you get from the drugstore. You know, I take 10 to 15 pills. I just got 4 prescriptions refilled today. And look, any medicine you take, look it up on the internet. See the side effects. It tells you more on the internet and what you get from the drugstore. You know, I want you younger people to look at it. Sometimes the doctor give you medicine that you don't need, that might OD you or hurt you. You know, that's how come you need to look up the medicine you take on the internet and look at the stuff. Explain in more detail and what paperwork you get from the drugstore. You know, that's advice from my older guy. It's getting up to an hour I've been on here. So I'm going to get off of here, people. Go jump in the bathtub. Take a good hot bath. The only problem, people, once I get in the bathtub, that's true, 709. Sometimes I need a tow truck to lift me out of the bathtub. That's why I need a walk-in tub with the heat and, you know, the air, you know, circulate the water, massagers, or whatever you call it. Well, my mom died in 2017. She was 101. My adopted mom, she was 101. Dad died in 92. He was in his 80s when he passed away. And you younger people who maybe watch this later, ask your dad and your mom, because you all need to know this. Ask your mom and dad, do a video on family medical history. I'm talking about, do your father and mother have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart, cancer, you know, stuff like that you kids might not know about, because when you go to the doctor or to the hospital, they want to know your family medical history. You know, since I'm adopted, the only thing I knew was high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. That's the only three things I knew since I was adopted. So your kids, you know, you can write it down on paper. You know, Mom, Dad, can you tell me the family medical history? Anybody have heart attacks or strokes, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, stuff like that? You kids need to know that. You know, your parents ain't going to be around a long time. You need to know that, kids. Or young adults, you need to know that. You need to know your mother's side of the family. You need to know your dad's side of the family medical history. Because you all going to inherit stuff from your mom and your dad. You're going to inherit something from their side of the family. Your younger people needs to know this. You know, give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and the things I ask you to comment on after I get off of here, you know, I like to know. And let's say prayers for Charlie Kirk's family since he was murdered. There's more to that story. I think our government was behind his assassination. That young boy wasn't alone on it. He wasn't alone on it. I think our government was involved in it. And Joanne, you're going to outlive, like 709, you're going to outlive him. Take your vitamins. You know, get your exercise. play games or work crossword puzzles, stuff like that, or watch what comes on, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Watch shows like that to keep your mind smart. Watch stuff like that. That's what my mom always did. Every night at 7 o'clock, she said, Tom, you got it on the Wheel of Fortune or Double Jeopardy. She watched her game shows. She knew. But what my brother said, her mind wasn't there. My brother stole every bit of her money, stole my money, my silver dollars, my gold coins, and my gold bars, and my Series E bonds that I got in the military. My life insurance policy had been paid up that I got when I was a baby. He stole all that. He stole everything from Mom. But I want to thank you all, people, and put your faith in the God. If I didn't have my faith in God, when I fell off of my porch, I could have broke some bones. I could have broke this hand. I could have got a concussion. I could have broke my back. I could have broke my hip. I could have broke my leg. God was watching over me. You need to put your faith in God. God will protect you if you believe in Him 24/7. I know some people like my brother. He believed in God when he was in church. When he walked out the church door, the devil had him back. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to believe in God 24/7. You're supposed to help people out. Like I said, I got my faith in the God to help me out, get me a girlfriend that what I want, and the age group. I got my faith in the God to help me get a new zero turn, a Kubota tractor with a bucket with a quick connect and a backhoe on it, and a new roof, probably a new vehicle. I like to have a pickup truck, gasoline pickup truck, maybe a 2500 or a 3500 gasoline engine, probably a standard transmission. So people, thank you all so much. Hit the thumbs up. Watch more videos. Help me get my watch hours up. Help me get my subscribers up. Because God wants you to. God wants you to help people out. I don't care if you're under 18, because I know the rules that your parent or your guardian has to log in for you on YouTube. I know there's parents that watch my YouTube. There's no cussing, no sexual harassment, no flirting, stuff like that. No fighting words. That's how I run my YouTube channel. My moderator knows what I stand for. And if you're real bad, they will do away with your comment or put you in timeout. If I was on my computer, I put you in timeout 30 minutes, where they might put you in there 30 seconds. But, this is my YouTube channel. I try to keep everything PG on here, where it be for all people of the planet. I know I got it not made for kids, but I know the parents is watching it with their kids, because the parents have to log in. The way I read the terms of YouTube. But I want to thank you all and you kids that is watching it with your parents. Parents, here's something that God wants you to do. If your kids is straight A students in school, God wants your kids to help the kids that don't make straight A, F's, D's, and C's. Help them out. Because when I was in school, we had a class to 10 to 15 kids in the class, and the teacher could work with that many kids. Now there's 20 to 40 kids in the classroom. A teacher does not have enough time to work with 30 to 40 kids. So, God will reward your kids somehow. People, I'm going to tell you, there's a movie, and this is a true story about Howard Hughes. It's a black and white TV movie. Howard Hughes, he was a millionaire, or maybe a billionaire, I can't remember. He walked every place, and people think he was a bum. This one young man picked him up hitchhiking, took him out to eat, got him a motel room where he could take a bath, bought him some clothes, and how he took his name down, this and that. And this is a true story, people. That when Howard Hughes died, that guy that picked him up hitchhiking, he got some money. And everybody else that he helped out, they got some money. So God does reward you when you help people out. Because kids that's watching this with your parents, you help out kids in your class. One day, those kids are going to be somebody important, a VIP person. They're not going to forget you that you helped them in school or high school or college. They're not going to forget it. So people, you have a great weekend coming up. Be safe. Say no to drugs and alcohol. Let me know in the comments after I get off of here, what do you think about medical marijuana with a medical card on the tax dollars it would bring in and the federal tax dollars bring into your state if you don't have it. Let me know. That gives me something to talk about, But everything I want to be legal. Don't threaten anybody. Don't say, oh, I wish he was dead or she was dead. I wish I could knock the crap out of them. But people hears that. It's going to come back and haunt you. So be careful what you say. Because you can't hurt people's feelings out there. Don't judge a book by its cover. I don't care what you all have done. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be your jury or prosecutor or like that. It's up to God. God is the one who will judge you if you go down to the far place or go to heaven. So don't judge everybody, You might not like it. There's people I don't like because of what they've done. But it's not up for me to judge. It's up to God and Jesus. It's up to them to judge them. Some of you don't like my content. I get 1 or 2 thumbs down. Like on Bob Joyce, I got 2 thumbs down. That means they don't like God. But God will punish those people. But God does punish you somehow, people. Either you lose a loved one or an animal, God judge you somehow. So you all need to get off your rear ends, start putting your faith into God, go to church, or watch TV. You got all kind of church sermons on TV. Or you come to my YouTube channel or watch Bob Joyce Sunday night between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Learn about our Lord. So I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you all that have hit the thumbs up, that sharing my video, and hit the bell. I don't care if you share my videos. You know, some people gripe when you share the video because of copyright. I don't care. That's how we get the views. When you people here on YouTube share the video with your friends and your subscribers. That's what makes us YouTube family grow bigger. It's because you're my YouTube family. No matter where you're watching this in the world. So just remember, God loves you. Me, you can call me grandpa, dad, uncle, cousin. You know, I got a whole lot of adopted people on here. One is Jessica. I adopted her through YouTube. She's like my daughter. So you all have a great weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. Be careful. Drive the speed limit. Stay off your cell phones. Get you some dash cams where you can record stuff. I would have had a good video if this idiot would have hit those other cars that pass on the yellow double line today between 2 and 3 o'clock on Highway 31. My chest was hurting a little bit. When I saw that, him hit his brakes, almost took the left corner of my Toyota out when he hit his brakes. Because he didn't see those cars coming southbound on 31. It made my chest hurt more. So when I got home, people, I took another nitro pill, and it stopped hurting. So I love you all, and I want to say hi to all the Amandas, all the Lisas, all the Kellys, Miss K, and people, if you happen to take a vacation, you come down I-65, Scottsburg exit, get off at Scottsburg, go to Subway. They're in Scottsburg. They're very nice people. The place is clean. They're very polite. I like people who's polite. No matter if it's a business, they have to be polite. But sometimes they're not polite in business. But so stop in at Subway in Scottsburg, Indiana. I'm not getting paid for this, so you know, Subway, it'll be nice to get some cars, or you know, $100 cars for Subway, because I like eating at Subway, because I don't get out. I stay at home. I do go walking. So I want to thank you all. Please put your faith into God. Give me the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe bell. And let's get more people to watch my Bob Joyce video on Sunday. It's up to 25 views so far. That's, 25 usually what I get. I like to get 200, 300 views. If I keep doing 25 views, that means there's 25 people that believes in God. I know there's more than 25 people here on YouTube that believes in God. I love you all. Peace. Since tomorrow's Friday, watch out for the yellow school buses. Watch out for the school zones. And if you drive down the interstate, watch out for the tow trucks or the emergency vehicle. Move over to the left-hand lane or slow down to a reasonable speed. Pay attention. Do that. You all come home to your family. Let's send prayers out to Charlie Kirk's family. He'll be missed by his wife and his children. Let's send prayers out to this family. Let's help the family out any way we can. But there's more to this story that our government is not letting out. You know, that young kid that shot him, there's more to it than what they letting out. So I love you all. God bless you all. I catch you later. Make comments after I get off of what I was talking about. So I love you all. Good night.